Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Jaco. I'm gonna get straight into it today. No introduction, no fine shit, no nothing, just straight sauce, okay? I've been in ecom, actually in ecom, for only 8 months, and I have been making money on ecom for about 5 months. I've scaled up a store to over $230,000. I'm currently running a bunch of different stores on Shopify, actually 2 of them right now. I'm also doing a bunch of different stores on Etsy, and here's all the proof right here. Here, I've gotten $5,000 days, $6,000 days, $50,000 months, $100,000 months, and I also have a community where people have also gone from 0 to 50K, 0 to 3K, 0 to 10K, you name it. Essentially, this is gonna be $500,000, 1 million plus, whatever you want to call it, worth of advice in dropshipping from somebody who was in your position just not too long ago. I'm not 10 years in the game. I'm not 20 years in the game. I'm not one of these guys that feed you a bunch of intricate information that you have no idea how to absorb because you are a beginner and you have no idea how to apply this to your store. So with that being said, here's a bunch of actual solid tips that you could use for your store to start dropshipping on your own. Okay, new update on Meta. What is it? How can I test to make sure that I am not wasting any amount of money? We are not going to force budgets on our ads. The number one thing that we are going to do with this Andromeda update coming into Q4 is going to be testing different variations. And what I mean by variations is not different slight changes in your images or your ads. I mean completely different formats, completely different styles of ads. We want to test quality. We don't want to test quantity. Now, let me correct myself. We do want to test quantity, but we need to also be testing quality. And what that means is not doing a bunch of separate text hooks and a bunch of different image hooks within an ad. What I mean by that is you need to be testing different formats of different styles of content. For example, one style might be UGC, one style might be native NSL ads, one style might be documentary style ads, one might be a VSL type of ad. You want to test different creatives because the push will be at the creative level. If you do not do this, then the variations that you do, which are very close to each other, are just going to appear as if they are one ad and only one of them is going to get the budget, and it might not be the one that you want to be seen. To increase the conversion rate on your store, you need to do 3 things, and that is social proof, you're going to need testimonies, and you need a branded store. The best way to do this is to get a solid color palette. You have to have branded, solid images. The way to do this, the way to prompt ChatGPT to create you the best variations of these images is to, first of all, grab images from Pinterest, put them back into ChatGPT and tell it to identify the style of these images that you want to copy from. Once it identifies the style, you can tell it to recreate that style with your color palette. What you need to do is take a screenshot of the color section in your website and tell it to make a color palette for you and to plug in all the information into this section of Shopify. What this will do is it will allow you to create a pastel, neutral tone, branded style that you can plug in and have a really solid store. Now, all of your images need to be the same branding, the same color, the same text, and make sure that you are using either Launch Your Store to copy a competitor's website or Atlas AI. There are other ones that you can use as well. For example, the Shrine theme works very, very well, but it costs $200 to get access to the Shrine theme. Now, there's somebody in my Discord that dropped the Shrine theme for free. So if you guys want to join, you guys can apply to join for free and the link down below. Do not want to use the Shopify regular homepage. It's not going to convert. When you are looking for your products, your research needs to consist of finding 3 major things. 1, can you mark this up at least 3x and at least $20 profit? If you cannot, in your right mind, tell yourself that this product is worth anything more than $25, I do not recommend selling this. You need to cross-reference your product with as many different platforms as possible. That means Amazon, that means Google Trends, that means TikTok, that means Pinterest, that means Facebook itself, that means Calidata, that means SimilarWeb, that means all of these different platforms that you can verify that this product is actually genuinely making money. You do not want to be one of the first ones to run a product because most of the time as a beginner, that's not going to work. A very specific way right now to run ads that is working pretty well for a lot of people is the native NSL ad. Now, if you guys want to know exactly what that is, just watch Anthony Camacho. He speaks a lot about it, but this form of ad, if I can explain it the best way, is to run an ad that looks like a native picture to Facebook, an ad that does not look like an ad. Why do people go on Facebook? They go on Facebook to look at posts of other people, political stuff, what their neighbor's cat is up to. That's what I mean. That's as much as I can say, but just go watch Anthony Camacho's videos. He explains everything perfectly. If you are going to run UGC ads, you need to make sure, again, that all of your ads are going to be drastically different to each other. And I mean look different, because this Andromeda update is pushing for variance and quality. Going back to the conversion rate on your website, another way to brand your store is to obviously include bundles. Your bundles cannot be just buy one, buy two, buy three. You need to have everything as packages. You need to have free gifts packed with value that people will feel like they are getting scammed if they don't buy with you. A buy one, a buy two, or a buy three bundle is getting overplayed, and it can work if your product is a wow factor enough. We need to get smarter as dropshippers because everyone is kind of catching on. You can negotiate the prices of apps on Shopify if you contact support and tell them that you are interested in buying their programs or their software or their websites or whatever the app is, but you are a little bit hesitant on the price. Same, shout out to you for this tip. You can literally lower your cost of your apps that you are using that are required for you to make Shopify dropshipping work and get cheaper costs. There is currently an AI on Shopify in the website creator that can actually generate custom sections which have never been made before. I don't really see anybody talking about it, but you can create pretty solid things just based off this AI. All you have to do is go into the sections and you will see a generative AI that will make you whatever you tell it inside the template website. In order to get the best cost of goods, you need to work with a supplier. Now, I have access to over 7 different private suppliers and a supplier market and chain as well that are very competitive with their prices. If you guys want their access, again, apply to be in the Discord. I used to have the Discord private, then I made it public, and now I'm making it private again, and you can join, but I'm making a form for you guys to join so that I make sure that the guys that are in there are actually logged in. One of the absolute best testing methods right now on meta ad dropshipping is going to be a simple CBO campaign, putting 15 different ads in there, or if you are testing different awareness levels and different angles, you can target different desires and angles as ad sets and put different ads that correlate to that desire within the ad set. Now you test a CBO campaign, have 5 different ad sets. You can have 5 different ads inside this ad set and test everything broad. The only thing that you're changing is the angling of the desires within the ad set. Moving forward, every single test you want to do is going to be broad. All these different types of tests where you're forcing a budget onto an ad is going to be outdated. Thanks to the Andromeda update, we want to test broad because again, most of the work will be done at the creative level. If you guys are getting a shit ton of traffic to your website from your ads, but it's not converting, it's 100% a website problem. If your ads are not getting that many people to go on your website, but the people that are on your website are buying, the ads are not converting enough. This is very basic information, but you need to figure out exactly what's going on in your funnel that you can change to make the flow as easy as possible and get as many people on there and actually convert. All right, guys, that was a quick 10-minute rundown of some solid drop shipping sauce. It might have been 11 or 12 minutes, but I hope that this helps you guys kind of solidify what is going on right now with the current AI drop shipping game. And I really hope that you guys scale really high and continue building your stores and make a shit ton of money this Q4.